Okay, morning everybody. These are the little videos I'm going to be posting them on your class summary page to help you with instructions for your class, alright, for the lesson. We got our stuff to head up. You can pause the video here to head up your screen, okay? Vegetation, tropical rainforest, we got the date and the objective, okay? Under that, we're going to start with a couple of key words. So adaptations, changes plants and animals make to help them survive in certain places. So obviously deserts, cold regions. We're going to focus mainly on the rainforest today. Epiphytes and buttress roots, these are two adaptations that plants there have made, okay? So you can see epiphytes do not need to live in soil. They usually live on larger trees and get nutrients from the air. Alright, so because there's so much moisture in the air in rainforests, they get a lot of nutrients from the air. Buttress roots are large wide roots which help hold the rainforest trees upright. I'll show you some pictures. There's some examples of some of these trees in New Providence or in Nassau as well with the big roots, so I'll show you that. I have two maps here. Okay, one of your assignments or one of your tasks in class, it's not the homework sheet. Okay, you need to colour in where the rainforests are and put the equator and stuff on it. So these might help you. I'll show you a little website as well to help you with that. Okay, I'll go through your assignment towards the end of the lesson. Just go through some little bits and pieces. We got some pictures of our rainforests here. Okay, so you can see how dense the vegetation is. Excuse me. There's a lot of vegetation, a lot of dense growth because it's very, very hot and very, very wet. Alright, so our rainforests are found along the equator where it's very wet and very, very hot. Okay, now our buttress roots are like this, huge big roots that spread out really far, and they're above ground and they hold the tree in place because the trees in the rainforest can get huge. We've also got these things called lianas, alright, and these are like vines, and they've adapted to, because there's so much dense leaves and foliage, you can see here, not a lot of light gets down to the floor. So lianas are vines which grow up around the trees and reach for the sunlight. Alright, so lots of different adaptations there. Okay, with that, we're just going to move on to our Social Studies Book 2, page 118, 119. Okay, so I'm going to move over there now, and we can have a little look at some of that work. Okay, so I'm just going to pause very quick. Okay, so here we are. We're back on our video. So we have page 118, 119 just here. Alright, a little bit of highlighting, so get your highlighter out, and we'll run through this really quick. Okay, so at ground level, the rainforest is littered with leaves and dead vegetation that replenish the tropical soils. Okay, note that many vines and creepers, you can add lianas in there beside vines. Okay, so lianas, Lianas, help support tall trees. Okay, I skipped on to the second line here. Okay, thrives in abundant rain and heat, two essential ingredients for plant growth. Okay, so that's, you've got both those ingredients in the rainforest. When we skip down to these bullet points here, I want to highlight the first sentence of the first bullet point and the second bullet point. So the forest is extremely diverse with numerous species of trees and other plants present. Okay, so they got lots of different plants and animals living there. It's very diverse. Next of all, the trees are virtually evergreen and leaf renewal is continuous. So a lot of the trees here, because there's such big competition for sunlight, the trees never lose their leaves. Right? Yes, leaves fall, you can see the leaf litter on the floor down here, but they're growing constantly all the time. Alright, third bullet point, skip down to lianas. Alright, so you can see they go up to 500 feet, which is pretty impressive, and our epiphytes are here as well. Okay, they're plants like orchids that live on trees. The last bullet point then, trees are generally very tall and very, very large. They have buttress roots to prop or support them up. Okay, and the canopy, the top of the trees is very high, often about 150 feet, so you can highlight that bit as well. Beside these last two bits, I've written the word adaptations out here as well. Okay, we're going to just jump on very, very quickly to the top of page 119, as you can see. I want to highlight this little thing, phrase that says self-supporting, right, on the second line. And then the whole next two sentences. As leaves and dead vegetation fall to the ground, they rot quickly and return energy to the soil and so back to the plants. the soil itself in the tropics is not very fertile. Now, fertile means good for growing. So if you want to add that, fertile means good for growing. So the soil in the rainforest is not actually very fertile, because as soon as dead leaves fall on it, the heat and the wet cause it to rot very, very fast. Then the nutrients are straight away taken up by the roots of trees and gone. So there's very little energy in the soil. Okay, not pretty fertile. So once the forest is taken away, the ground is not very productive. All right, in here I've written down nutrient cycle. Okay, nutrient cycle beside that bit. So that's the cycle of nutrients. Plants grow very fast, they drop their leaves, okay, constantly dropping leaves and growing new ones. Those leaves rot away into the soil, and that is taken up immediately by the roots of trees to help them regrow new leaves and so on. So it's called the nutrient cycle. Alright, I'm just going to pause there for a second and then go through a worksheet and an assignment with you so you're clear on what you have to do. Alright. Okay, so just to start, we got 2 worksheets with this lesson. Okay, the first one I've sent you is like this. It has a big 2.4 in the corner, all right, and a couple of little assignments. First of all, it says find a world map in your atlas. On the map below, mark the equator and so on. Okay, once you mark the equator, tropic, Capricorn, and Cancer. Color the rainforest in green. The rainforest are these bits all in here. Okay, it's all highlighted across the top of Australia and all of these islands. Okay, to help you with that, alright, there's some very simple stuff. You can go to the little maps I showed you earlier in the PowerPoint, earlier in this video, okay? Or if you Google rainforests of the world and so on. With the equator and all of those, you'll just have to again Google a map of the world and find where they are and draw them on as accurately as you can, okay? The second thing, we're not going to do this bit down here. Don't do that, but this little bar diagram you are. So from the words and phrases below, pick the 10 which you think are about rainforests. Write them on the diagram. So which of these words do you think are associated with the rainforest? Okay, so any that you think are, so for example, heavy rain, it would be. So you can draw this under where you've done your keywords and head it up. Heavy rain, that will go in there. Little vegetation, I think we all know that's not in the rainforest, so you leave it out. Okay, what do we think about these? Few people, rapid plant growth, and so on. Okay, now that's just some classwork. This is your assignment sheet. Okay, now it's titled Where Are the Rainforests? So you're going to have to do some little work on this. It might need to be printed, or you can go over it, adding the numbers and stuff like that. The first thing it asks you to do is name the continents: Africa, Asia, North America, Australasia, Europe, and South America. Okay, so these dotted lines are for all of the continent names. That should be easy. The next bit says write the numbers of the following countries in the correct circles. So you see these little circles with the arrows. You need to label these 10 into the correct place. Okay, so for example, the first one is Borneo, so you need to find out where Borneo is, look at your map and put 1 in the correct little circle. You don't have to write the word Borneo. Number 2 is Brazil. Okay, so Brazil we know is over here somewhere. Number 2 will probably go here. Alright, you can take a picture of that and submit it on Plus Portal, or take a picture, put on a Word document, but please submit everything through Plus Portal so I can give you appropriate feedback. Okay, now to help you, I googled a little website. Okay, it's just called World Map, and you can actually, so if I type in Borneo, it'll actually take me directly to where Borneo is. So I click the first little one. Alright, I can start to zoom out. Okay, it's showing me Borneo is over here near Australia. So if I go back to my task, here's Australia, so Borneo is going to be one of these two. Alright, so you can try and start using that. Also, you can Google little videos on YouTube. I googled facts of a tropical rainforest. Okay, and this video came up. I went in for 12-13 seconds, and here's an actual diagram of the Tropic of Cancer, equator, Tropic of Capricorn, and all the dark green shows where our rainforests are. This actual, you can just freeze my video and use this to help you with the first worksheet. But this is your assignment, okay? This is what I want submitted back as soon as possible, please. Okay, I've sent an email to you and your parents this morning with these worksheets and the worksheets for our lesson on Thursday, when I will post another video explaining what to do. Okay.